So everybody met at Sha Tin Cuisine, restaurant owned by Ester's uncle. Had a wonderful meal. They had been greeted by Mr. Hung and given top priority and service. Afterwards, before they all went their own directions, everybody went up to Esther and thanked her for taking the time to give them all a lesson on self-defense. And they all had appreciated it very much and felt blessed for the opportunity to learn. Esther was moved by this gesture from everyone. And so Esther went home. She took the twins, and Brandy had taken some of the girls home. And yet, when Esther arrived home, and Brandy was already asleep in bed on top with her clothes on, and so she woke up Aunt Brandy very gently and said, let's take your clothes off and get you under the sheets. And she did so, and then went out and spent some time with the twins and said, I'm going to be doing my evening exercise. If you want to watch, I'll put 2 chairs in the corner of the bedroom and come on in. It'll start in a couple minutes. And the twins were very excited to watch Esther do her evening exercise. So they went in. Esther bowed to her teacher, whose picture was above the entryway. Started the exercise, throwing kicks and punches and moving about within a very limited space this time. It was a kata that was more confined and a lot of arm movement. And she finished and bowed to her instructor's picture and then went up to the twins, who had been mesmerized and were somewhat in a fog. She spoke to them and said, when watching someone move, focus on their eyes, because the arms and hands have a way of capturing somebody's attention to the point where they can hypnotize you and steal your attention and your focus. And she pointed out to the twins that within 6 minutes she had put them in a trance, whereas she had just finished the 1-hour kata. And she said, always focus on the opponent's eyes, not their hands. So this was a lesson for the twins to learn, and they gave it great thought. Then Esther said, I've got to take a shower. I don't need to go to bed right away, but I do need to take a shower. And that she told the twins, if you two want a shower, we can all go in at once. It's a huge shower, and I will beg to have my back washed. And so they both wanted to shower with her, so they went in, and the twins saw her dragon, and they asked, how did that come about that she had a large dragon on her back, and they told her it was a very beautiful dragon. And so Esther told the story one more time of how she and her dad saved a small village from being plundered by some bandits, and that in return the villagers wanted to give Esther a gift. Esther said this was one of the most generous acts of generosity that she'd ever seen, because it cost each villager half a year's income to bring a tattoo artist, one of China's most famous, to give her a tattoo. They had decided they wanted to give Esther a large tattoo to thank her. So the tattoo artist came, and it took several days to complete, and it's been with her ever since. And Esther smiled, and now we are one. And she said, and I can't imagine being without my dragon. The end. Esther had told this story a few times, and she thought herself cute and putting a finale on it. So they took a shower and they washed each other's back, and then Esther dressed and went to her room, put some silk panties on, a silk nightie, and the twins did too. And they asked Esther if before she, when she came to bed or was going to go to bed, if she would sleep with them. And Esther looked at him and said, well, when people that sleep in my bed share dreams, and she says, I don't think you're ready to see the dreams that I have yet, and so it would be best if I didn't. So Esther spent quite a bit of time on her computer communicating with people around the world and other various research projects, and then laid down on the air mattress. Somewhere in the middle of the evening, the twins had gotten up and laid next to her, and she sensed them, their coming, and their warmth next to her. And Esther felt really good that they wanted to lay next to her, and so all three slept that night. And tomorrow would be Tuesday, another day, the second day of training. Everybody was anxious, and they would all repeat meeting down at Carson's warehouse.